What's up, YouTube? This is Eclipse here, and it's 7/30/2017, and man, I am just hours away from the new Rick and Morty. It's so close, and I figure, you know, why not? A while ago, in this channel, I said something about, like, I wouldn't no more from Loxton, but this is Rick and Morty, the psychologically of Rick and Morty, to be precise. It's the thumbnail, it's a cool brain in the background, and it's a cool brain right up there, and it has the eyes, and the Rick and Morty, and Rick just, is that, Morty's like always like that. I always see that picture around the internet. Speaking of the internet, I'm a big internet kind of guy. I like videos and stuff. Here's a playlist. I think this is something I kind of want to do. I guess I'll just show off playlists. Right now it's stuff that I like. I think I want to get to know more people. I guess more viewers. If anyone's watching, please suggest anything down below. Like literally, just type anything. I think I said that one time. This one. Anyway, yeah. So I'll just tell you all what I'm like. I'll tell you all what I'm into and stuff. There's nothing in this pocket. I don't know why I'm digging in my pocket. Let's watch this ready in 3. Let me get this ready. Sometimes my computer's. I'm weird with the internet. That's just me. I'm weird with the internet. I don't know how to explain it. Sometimes it's okay. In 3, 2, 1. See, I don't get the volume up.
After binge watching the first 2 seasons, I knew that we just had to.
Pickle Rick's cool.
Psychology is very interesting, and their
yeah.
Also teaches us a
mine can
lesson in life. One that I hope you will
do whatever.
Watching this analysis.
But this dude is pretty smart. He probably knows what he's talking about.
You are a fan of Rick and
There's the guy watching right now.
But I'd like to show you today's sponsor who supported this channel.
Quid.
To make all these videos for you. Here is a brand new app called Quid. It's a new take on digital trading card and sticker collecting. Even digital Funko Pops. All right on your phone. From numerous series like Rick and Morty, Bob's Burgers, FNAF, Firefly, Family Guy, Adventure Time, and yes, even Garfield. You can build
all these I like.
Your collection and trade with others. And use the stickers as unique emojis in multiple messengers like iMessage and Facebook. And they are continuously adding new stickers, cards, and figures that you can collect every day and for free. It's a fun way to geek out and express yourself with the franchises you love. And you can check it out with the link at the top of the description.
Nice logo.
Rick Sanchez is a 60-year-old mad scientist, known for his inventive, though often unpleasant and morally ambiguous personality. Rick is often found traveling to different universes and dimensions to further his scientific studies, though questionable morals have led him to being convicted of, well, everything. He has been known to do the right thing on occasion, but mostly remains a chaotic personality. While we don't know much about Rick's past,
how about a box, like, you know, starting his cat again, but instead of cats, it's just, like, try to do everything, you know?
Since at least his college days, and at some point in Rick's life,
let's do that.
He knew Morty as an infant. Rick is a complicated mess of many disorders and issues, and it's hard to pinpoint exactly which mental issue he may have.
That cola?
We've seen him suffer from depression, alcoholism, and general psychopathy.
Even the word depression sets you off sometimes, you know? Like, I don't know.
Worldview. Let's take a look at his supposed depression first. As we discussed in the Psychology of Sans video, the symptoms of depression are as follows. Fatigue or loss of energy almost every day, feelings of worthlessness or guilt almost every day, impaired concentration, indecisiveness, insomnia or hypersomnia, markedly diminished interest or pleasure in almost all activities nearly every day, restlessness or feeling slowed down, recurring thoughts of death or suicide, and significant weight loss or gain.
Hey.
While Rick doesn't seem to exhibit as many of these symptoms as Sans did, we can link his behavior to a few, such as his feelings of anger, even over small matters, his disinterest in anything but cold, hard science, and his attempted suicide in the episode Autoerotic Assimilation. Rick chooses, much like real-world sufferers, to hide his pain.
Why do they gotta show stuff like that? I guess we gotta see the real life of everything.
Wubba-dub-dub.
Wubba-dub-dub.
He coats the real message with an excited and cheerful tone. It's revealed in the Season 1 finale that Wubba-lubba-dub-dub means, I am in great pain, please help me, in his best friend Bird Person's native language.
In my people's tongue, it means, I am in great pain, please help me.
Rick is a genius and has seen many horrible things in his life through his adventures. and he chooses to use drugs and alcohol to numb himself from getting too attached to a world he views as ultimately doomed. His substance abuse and alcoholism is an extension of his depression. This is a common practice amongst people who suffer from depression, and it can, in turn, make the depression much worse. This also plays into his nihilistic worldview. Evidence supporting this comes from how easily he picks up and leaves from realities. Now talking about Rick's psychopathy, we can dig a bit deeper into his character.
Mine changes.
Change
of heart.
Some of the following symptoms.
Changes. Anybody remember Yu-Gi-Oh?
Charm, an inflated sense of self-worth, constant need for
I was 10.
stimulation, lying, pathological.
That's history, kind of now. Kinda.
Being manipulative, having shallow emotions, callousness, lack of empathy, poor control over behavior, promiscuous sexual behavior, behavioral problems, lack of realistic long-term goals, being impulsive, being irresponsible,
You gotta be real, huh?
others and refusing to accept responsibility, and criminal acts.
Right.
And now,
All that,
to break down what we know of Rick, we can see nearly all of these symptoms. Rick has been known to be charming, at least from what we know of him in social situations. He does tend to have everyone on his side. Rick also exhibits an arrogant...
I didn't know the dude was crying. I seen this episode like a million times. You never notice little things like, you know that, but you never know. What the heck, man?
To further his own end goal. I mean,
never knows that.
An entire race of aliens into blowing themselves up.
He literally said, screw you, whatever. I forget. I showed him his cat. I was talking about that earlier.
He's not known to care about anything or anyone else's well-being.
Shut up.
Except for maybe Beth and Summer. On the subject of promiscuous behavior, he got with a hive-minded planet of people, and in order to get things right...
We need a hang glider, and a crotchless Uncle Sam costume, and I want the entire field of your largest fusion covered end to end with naked redheads, and I want the stands packed with every man that remotely resembles my father.
So, yeah, you certainly could argue that he is some kind of promiscuous. And clearly, he does have plenty of unrealistic end goals, but since he's a genius, and since it's a cartoon, he is able to make these goals a reality. The last few symptoms of being impulsive, being irresponsible, blaming others, and criminal acts are present in almost every episode of the series. This, in terms of Rick's character design, is a technique used to make his humanity shine through when we happen to get glimpses of it. In the episode Close Rick Counters of the Rick Kind, which introduces the Council of Ricks, we get the most human response from Rick we've ever seen. Rick cries over the thought of losing Morty when having his brain downloaded by evil Rick. So while Rick is nearing the level of the Joker in terms of psychopathy, even to the point where he does seem to break the fourth wall...
Morty, that's my series arc, Morty! If it takes 9 seasons, I want my McNugget dipping sauce...
He has a few human tethers to keep his humanity more grounded. Such as Morty. Morty is Rick's 14-year-old grandson, who often appears anxious and sometimes unwarrantedly aggressive. For much of this Morty's life, Rick was absent just like he was absent in Beth's life. During the whole of Morty's life, his parents have been reluctantly staying together for the sake...
There's like 3 genders in Alien Planets, yeah.
Causes them to constantly have arguments. This kind of child development is very common in these kinds of households, at least according to the findings put forth by the journal Development and Psychopathology. While Morty isn't a person who constantly has violent outbursts, he does exhibit them from time to time, and is known to be more sensitive than the typical person. Morty also has a fairly pronounced stutter. Stutters can be indicators of anxiety and stress. A contributing factor to Morty's anxiety are also the adventures Rick drags him on. For example, in one episode, Morty was the victim of attempted sexual assault.
No means no! Jellybean Man!
Sort of trauma, as it
Jellybean. Oh, wow.
He was made
Everybody was happy when he was, you know...
All sorts of traumatic events. Oftentimes, Rick doesn't care what danger Morty is in. As stated before, Rick has shown some worry and care for Morty, as evidenced by the sacrifice made by 1/64th of Rick's split timelines when he gave Morty his collar. However, even from the intro of the series, we see Rick leave a Morty behind. Morty has been with Rick through drunken stupors, and even while a drunken Rick is driving his ship, Morty also regresses his frustrations with the way his grandfather does things. This eventually leads to Morty having a violent outburst in the episode Look Who's Purging Now, where Morty murders people during a purge event. Morty is an impressionable young teen, and we can see a bit of Rick come out in him from time to time. You know, outside the fact that they're voiced by the same person. This has caused tension between him and his dad. Jerry, who wants Morty to be a normal kid. And this furthers a tension with Jerry and Beth because Beth wants her father in her family's life. It's a cycle that ends up frustrating Morty even more. At the same time, we see Morty developing the same worldview that Rick has. It shows itself in Rick's Minutes when Morty says,
"Well, Summer, maybe people that create things aren't concerned with your delicate sensibilities. You know, maybe the species that communicate with each other through the filter of your comfort are less evolved than the ones that just communicate. Maybe your problems
Morty, you
are hard to
alright?
deal with, and maybe the public giving a shit about your feelings
This
is the
this
one
girl
way
hasn't
to
texted me.
extinction."
though he says this in a much more inspirational context.
I don't remember what he said. Like,
echoes
anyone
Rick's
watching this,
father's
like,
view.
yo,
While Rick and
text.
Morty are family, they have more
Don't
of a
let people get
friendship
like
than
that,
we
you
would
know?
see in most relationships as theirs. It's
Yeah, I'm just saying.
But you could argue that they have a symbiosis psychologically. Physically, we know that's the case, since Morty's are considered camouflaged by Rick's. In the sense of their psychological relationship, there are arguments that are detrimental to Morty. But on the other side, Morty has shown some increase in confidence because
you gotta get swifty.
so perhaps, while the
Gotta get
relationship we see is
swifty.
making Morty uncomfortable in the short term,
My reactions
Rick is
are
preparing him for the real
okay.
world, and it
I
will
gotta
be
get
great
more
by
stuff
making
up
him
in here.
fears.
Reactions,
While at the same
gaming,
time, Rick
tune
does
up,
use
on
the
up,
rating to keep
falling
Morty
in
humble,
the
because
seams
as it
and
says,
Morty
high.
can lead to some big
What
problems.
do you think of my
This
singing?
relationship
You gotta
is
get
built
living
on
like
Rick's
this. You gotta move around. Why am I being weird? Shoot.
of moral and psychological concepts. But that's part of the charm. And while we see Rick represent the worst of humanity at times, he also represents the best on occasion, mostly due to Morty's sense of reason. Morty is stuck in the middle. He has more humanity than Rick, but often gets pushed to the side by Rick. Morty is the innocence that Rick no longer has, while Rick represents the
Clicking on, like-
worldview attributed to adulthood. While they are
Is it like
in a
this?
sense, opposites, what Rick and Morty represent as a duo is the ability to balance each other and not become someone who is completely naive or someone who just sees no good in the world.
Posting it on my
Much like
Facebook.
their relationship
I have a
with Rick and
Facebook for
Morty, the challenge
like
of us as humans is to
my so-called personal
with our cynicism,
life.
to be prepared for the real world and life.
I like
as
Pokemon Abridged.
but not completely lose our humanity we naturally have.
Whatever that mean.
Is a balance. And balance
It's on my Twitter now
is
too.
beautiful.
Please follow me on Twitter.
Thank you so much for watching. And if you liked this video,
You can tell I like blue.
about psychology,
Bluing
or
up.
just about cartoons,
Here.
then
We're
let
in
me
this.
know down below. And please remember to check out
Blue Hood likes
link
blue.
at the top of the description. And until next time, never stop using your noggin.
I'm actually gonna bring him out for one sec though. As you see, I'm right now in the on my page. Before, you know what? Let me take a little. That's what my where I'm at right now. So yeah, click on those links. Follow this dude. I mean, I just liked him. I mean, come on. So there's my recommend. I'll just share something in my life. There's my recommendations. Right, that's what the internet is, sharing lives and stuff. And look, I got some tabs up in there. Up in there. So I'll just show it. I'll just show my recommendations up in here now. I recommend watching Trainer Tips if you're still playing Pokemon Go. In fact, reminds me of Pokemon Go. You know, I like songs. Here's a song of Wildlands Excursion from Maroon Go. I like Maroon Go from the Pokemon Maroon Red. I like cupquakes. I'm a weird person. I like weird stuff like that. Here's one vid I like from her. I like her. I'm kind of a brony. I guess I don't know what the frick. There's friggin' Uptown. I got like this. Okay, we got the meme machine. I'm picking a random vid from a meme machine. I love memes all day, yo. And let's get the Blue Hood out here, up in yo. I'm an OG AVGN old school fan. I discovered YouTube by when he was exist. And now, without further ado, here's Blue Hood. Part of me. Here you go. You know, for. Blue Hood likes Blue so much. He don't care if I'm leaving stuff on this random person's room that is gonna use some work. I mean, it looks kind of stupid, but I got blue stuff. Just hack on this guy's Facebook. Well, I don't know. Freaking put on this. I'm leaving the seal here on his broom. I don't care. Have a go. Oh. See you soon. All right.